Hi guys, your first paper has been graded and your comments uploaded to Turnitin.com, so I wanted to make sure that you knew how to access those comments. If you just visit your grades area in Moodle, you will only see the numerical grade. You won't be able to see the comments that I made, and it's those comments that will help you to get a better grade next time, so I want to make sure that you can find them. So if you scroll down on your main Moodle page, you will find the original submission link for the assignment. You'll click on that. And then up here it should say My Submissions. And through here you should be able to access your actual submission. Because I'm the instructor, I don't actually have one, but I have created a sample one to show you. So if Jane Doe, for example, clicked on her assignment, she'd be redirected to Turnitin.com. When she got to Turnitin.com, she would see this screen. First of all, right here you have a rubric. If you click on this link, it will show you the rubric that by clicking on the link and looking at the rubric, you can make sure you understand the criteria for the grade that you received, as well as the point value system. Okay? If you move over here to the right, you can see the similarity index. This is what will show you if you've plagiarized or if you haven't. This will only be available to you on the first paper, or maybe two, depending. After that, the instructor will only be able to view it, but you should be able to go in through here and see if you've cited your sources correctly. Over here on the right, you want to click on View. From here, you'll be able to view my comments as well as your rubric score and some other information. Okay, so when you open up your paper, it might look something like this. Lots of blue boxes. You can look at these one at a time, and it will tell you corrections that I suggest that you make. If it says something like comma splice or run-on sentence, you'll have to make sure that you fix those. Sometimes I just fix things for you and show you how it should be done correctly. Sometimes I'll make suggestions, but you can scroll through there. Also, over here on the right, you'll be able to read a comment that I've made for your general paper, and in that comment sometimes I'll give you constructive feedback, sometimes I'll give you specific things that you need to do, and sometimes I will simply tell you what a powerful essay you've written and that you did a really great job. It just depends on the situation. So general comments are here. If you click here, you'll be able to see the comments for each page. So if you had more than one page, it would say page 2, page 3, etc. Click on this button and you'll see the comments listed one by one. And then you can look at each one. Okay? And then over here on the right, you can look at your rubric and see how many points out of the possible points that you received. And after that's completed, it will calculate it. So in this case, the student scored a 13% on this paper. Okay? From here, I wanted to go ahead and show you how to make repairs to this paper using Microsoft Word. So we're just going to fix this paper really quickly just so you could see some editing changes. If you go back to your paper, in this case Jane Doe's, we want to go ahead and make the changes that I suggested. So first of all, you want to make sure that you insert a header, that it's aligned on the the right hand side. Type in your last name, then hit space 5 times, then insert the page number, and now it'll appear on every page of your paper. Close that, and now I want to make the suggestions that were posted to my paper. So I want to change Americans to humans. I want to fix this comma splice. A comma splice means that two sentences were put together with a comma. But in this case, it's best to join it with a semicolon, or you could use a comma and a coordinating conjunction such as but, and, so, for, yet. The other correction I need to make is I need to take out the apostrophe in 1800s. And I also need to move the comma from after but to before it. Okay? Down here, I need to change this run-on sentence by adding a semicolon. And then also this entire portion of the paper, as we saw on Turnitin.com, is basically plagiarized. It came from an NPR article, but it is not quoted or cited, so I need to make sure I fix that. So what I'll do is I'll come back into my Word document. If I'm going to make it a direct quote, I need to put quotation marks around it, and I need to introduce it. So I might say a recent NPR article stated and then it doesn't sound right to say but because, so I want to take out the but, and when I take that out I want to put an ellipses or 3 dots to indicate that I took something out. And then I need to make sure that I have a proper citation. So I need to put a quotation mark there. And then I need to come down, go ahead and add my works cited page on my next page. Center your title. Oops, wrong button. Center your title, works cited. And I'm going to go back to the internet. Here's my article from NPR. Okay, I'm going to copy this URL. I'm going to go to ezbib.com. I'm going to paste the URL here. Have it create a citation for me. And then I'm going to copy paste this into my works cited page. So now I have a works cited page, which is always a requirement. You'll want to do a hanging indent, so you'll want to tab over all except for the first line of your works cited entry. And in this case, I'll want to use the first word, which is Coleridge. And in parentheses, after my quotation, I'll want to type that name. Close parentheses, period, outside. Okay, so you use the first word of the works cited entry inside the parentheses, and you want to put the period after the last parentheses. Okay? So now I've fixed all of the corrections that I needed to make to my paper, and I can go ahead and submit a final draft, or if I had already submitted my final draft, I could make the changes in case I wanted to use this paper later for a portfolio submission or something like that. If you have any questions about viewing your comments in Turnitin.com or in making corrections to your papers in Microsoft Word, please send me an email. Thank you. Have a great day.